Hi guys, welcome to Unirac. Uh, we'll learn how to fix your Oracle errors, common routine errors. These are will face day-to-day routine in your daily job. RMAN 08137, Aura 19625, Aura 01034. We'll learn how, in which circumstances and what kind of priority to be given, how to handle the severity, how to fix these errors, how to trace these errors. So let's move on to issues. So the errors found to be here. Shared memory read does not exist. One is Aura 27101. So every message in Oracle will have a number. So they append with this number to identify what issue it is. Thousands and thousands of errors are there in Oracle, but every alert, every message has a code. Always prefixed with Aura hyphen. And in case if it is RMAN issues, prefixed with RMAN hyphen. So the other error like Aura 01034, Oracle not available. RMAN 08137, warning arclog not deleted, needed for standby. Aura 19625, error identifying the file, the arclog file. So we'll work on these errors. We'll see how to fix it. We'll give the complete solution how to work on these issues as well. You can comment us in case if you need additional solutions for these errors, or you're finding something else and you're unable to fix it. You can comment us so that we'll give the perfect solution, best solution. Okay, so move on to the first error. Aura 01034, Oracle not available. Oracle not available, the message says itself the instance is not up. When the instance is not up, the shared memory is not available, does not exist. And it also gives an additional error with the Linux level, no such file or directory. For this kind of issues, we always need to check from OS level first initially whether the instance up and running. Once we receive the alert in your monitoring tool, either from shell script to your mails or Outlook mails, or using Oracle Enterprise Manager which you are monitoring, we need to give the priority in this case because the instance is down and the severity is 1. In this case, the system is down. There could be many circumstances where the instance is down, and we need to trace those errors, we need to trace those issues. What circumstance made my instance is down? The client get complete impacted. The application will not be able to access your database. In this case, application support team will raise the issue. Client starts calling us, unable to connect. My members are unable to connect. My clients are unable to connect. When you find a severity 1 issue in your monitoring tool, let's take immediately give priority for that issue. Which are not priority, please hold it and focus on this issue so that client will not face downtime, more downtime. When you have a more downtime, even though there is a reason for the downtime, client will not accept. Some circumstances made the instance down, but still if you fixed it within a limit time before it breached, client is happy. He accepts what the explanation, whatever the explanation we give, the reason behind it. But whatever the explanation behind the reason, if it delayed and got breached, the time breached, client never accept. So immediately find out what the reason. So OS level, you can use the Unix command where we know already whether the instance up and running to verify the pmon or smon up and running using psfnef pipegraph pmon or smon. Might be a number of instances, more than one instance might be running, but that particular instance may be down on that particular server. Ensure that you are on right server as per the monitoring tool which you received the alert. Either using putty, either what are the tools you use to log in, ensure that you are logging to the right server and verify. And never confirm by verifying just an instance up and running with the ps command. You need to ensure that instance is in open mode to be verified from VDollar database. Using the command select name open mode from VDollar database, you can verify whether instance up and running if it is in open mode. Even though if it is in open mode, you can't ignore that alert. Might be the alert received due to the box got rebooted and the instance got started on its own, or there could be any maintenance on that box. Unknown maintenance was made without any information, without any notice by someone, or due to CPU spike the box got rebooted. Can't just ignore and give it saying that found instance up and running and hence closing the ticket. Never close the ticket in such a way. Will be audited, the ticket will be, as it is a CVRT 1. Never downgrade the ticket to CVRT 2 and close the ticket until unless if you find right reason. Find out if there is any maintenance and they have been rebooted the machine, or could be from system engineer or might be a database engineer, or from the client side if they have access to the server and they've been rebooted. So one could be the reason a maintenance, unknown maintenance, unknowingly. If it's a known maintenance, of course, add the change ticket number, close the ticket gracefully, referring the ticket number. So one is maintenance. Second, CPU spike, as we said, due to CPU 100% or some load on the box got hit and box got rebooted and the instance got on its own up with the grid resources as well as or DB start utility, the instance got started. Verify the alert log when it got started or startup time from your VDOL instance when the instance got started. The last startup time, or also we can also verify from Unix level the uptime when the box got started or it got rebooted, or also find out using history command someone rebooted using init 0, init 6, whatever commands reboot on Unix level, or someone else there on the box also. Who command. So with this we can find out who is there on the box or someone working on the box. No one is there on the box, happy, no problem. But someone is there on the box, then either there is a change or someone working without any ticket. So find out. Could be your log rater terminates even. One is CPU spike, then later your log rater, the background process terminates the process. Or the archlog unable to write, archiver unable to write into archlog files. The flashback logs got full as well. The file system, there's no space left on the device for the flashback logs. Within the retention period, I found too many flashback logs and got filled. The instance may go down sometimes. Verify the alert log using tail command. which is located under Oracle base location under DIAC, RDBMS, instance name, database name, trace location. Using Unix tail command, we can trace the errors from the alert log. Also, we can find out trace files if you have some issues from the background process level. If the issue is recurring, then raise the support ticket to Oracle from support.oracle.com. You need to have a support ID to raise the ticket. We called as tar earlier. I will raise the tar, used to say. Based on the severity, based on the kind of issue, please raise the ticket and engage the engineer from Oracle in case you are unable to find out the issue, unable to fix it. Even you are trying to start the instance, it may go down sometimes if there is a bug in the server, bug in the database. Or previous patch, recently updated the patch also may impact your database. That could be also one of the reasons the change may have impacted your database. We cannot say that particular some reason. We also need to trace the behind what happened past 1 month. Are there any changes in the parameters? Are there any changes in the database applying the patches? Even the patches will cause instance issues. To fix the bug, they apply the patch, but the patch itself will have some bugs again. That will cause the complete database down. So alert log is the best. Also, we can verify from Linux level, Linux system engineer or a platform engineer. He can verify from /var/log/messages. Reading from messages, we can find out are there any issues from the Linux level. We can engage Linux engineer, system engineer on the call, and we can verify with him are there any errors in the Linux logs. So such a way we need to take step-by-step action, and we should not get delayed. We need to update even what been found, what been action taken, and what been recommended to take an action, or something needed, or someone needed, or unable to fix it and got some other reason. Please pass on to next engineer. Call up some other engineer, level 3 or level 4, whoever you have, level 2 if you are level 1 already. Never delay the issue to fix it. So just don't ever ignore starting up your instance by starting it, giving a temporary solution. Always give a permanent solution why it is repeating. Are there any jobs which is causing these instance down? Are they created any job to shut down, scheduled job or some reason? Find out the reason. If there is a really scheduled job, then enclose that information in your ticket. This certain approved scheduled, the instance found to be down, got restarted. Yes, there are some clients where they restart every 3 months or 6 months the instance due to performance issues. So that cases, the support engineers find difficulty, the reason behind if they don't have information. Always pass on the information what action you're going to take. Always raise the ticket and work on the issue. Never work on the issue without a ticket. It will impact you completely. Ticket says that you are working on that server, on that database. So the client will be happy, team will be happy that you are only working on that and no one involved in that. For audit reasons also it's good for us. If you went into audit, a lot of questions they will raise why. What the reason behind you logged into this server, working on this server? What made you to log into this instance and to check? So proper ticket description, problem abstract to be added and raise the ticket. create the ticket. That will help you, that will shield you, that will protect you. So no one can point out on you as well. But never delay fixing the issue. To log in, it doesn't takes not more than 1 or 2 minutes from putting. You'll have your username, password, and within third minute you need to tell what the issue is. You have your lab, so you can also practice working on 2-3 issues, opening 2-3 servers at a time. Find out the time delay, why you're getting delayed logging to the server, what reason. Make sure and maintain passwords properly somewhere in the Excel sheet, password protected Excel sheet, or password managed tools using company provides that, so that you never get delay. Also ensure that on which instance you are working, if you are having multiple instances on the same server and you have connected to the particular instance using export or .inv. It's not that directly you log into SQL Plus and give a startup. Never give a startup in that case. Use echo command if you have a doubt to verify whether you are connected to proper database or not. It's not that just connect and startup knows everyone, but never give a startup command such a way if you're running with multiple instances on the same server. And ensure once you started, and if you are having within the same environment a standby, monitor till the log gap fills. Never ignore or never close the ticket until log gap fills, and add the point or add the comment in the note, the ticket note, saying that also monitored the log gap for the standby, either one standby or the 3 standbys, and ensure that the log gap found to be fixed. Give the complete screenshot, append the screenshot, attach the screenshot. There is no difference between primary and standby as well. If the primary went down and started, or any maintenance or any reason, because that is one of the additional step needed, additional task. Even in any maintenance, if you do, even any change ticket you do, ensure that there is a standby. Verify. If there is no standby, add a note there is no standby as well as verified, so that it gives a clear picture that you verified whether we had a standby and how many standbys or no standbys. Fine. So still any other issues, if you find in the same with the same error, you can comment us, we'll help you out. But keep handy these commands, keep handy always. Maintain a notepad and maintain a checklist as well as day-to-day tasks what you do, so that will help you. Those commands to find out the issue or to trace the issues. Sometimes because of busy time, too many issues, we may not find even command in our brain. Happens. It's not robot, right? So we'll move on to the next issue, and hope this will help you. Okay, you can come with to any other issues as well as glad to help you out, all the guys. So fine. So let's move on to next issue. Thank you. Aura 19625. So guys, we every day run the backups, daily backup, weekly backup, ArcLog backup. Using RMAN is a routine job as a DBA. and we initiate these backups through cron tab jobs, control M jobs, scheduled. So these jobs may fail. We may have separate team in a DBA to manage your backups, or either the support team itself, the DBA support team, will manage the backups. So backup is one of the major job here, and we have to ensure every database we have a backup. Most of the databases get failed, the backup failed. A lot of reasons we have, and there are different circumstances we may come across. But as a DBA, in what ways we need to fix it, in what ways we need to identify, and what ways we need to stop those issues which are repeating and recurring frequently. How to avoid those? It's not that just giving a temporary solution. We need to find out a permanent solution which should not repeat again. Most of the DBAs, they does just temporary solution. Okay, just close the ticket. And the next shift guys face like the same issue again, and he will repeat the same temporary solution. So never go with a temporary solution, give a permanent solution. And what additional precautionary steps we need to have in case something failed. For every live production databases, a backup is must. Definitely we have to maintain a backup strategy for that. And in that, the built-in tool is the online backup tool RMAP, which helps us for backup and recovery, which does a block level backup using an incremental concept. So most of the failures we'll be seeing in terms of file system issues or lost, file lost, permission denied, folder does not exist, or improper configuration. So in that, one of the common error is arclog file is missing. When the arclog file is missing, then there's something bad, wrong step being happened. Many reasons the arclog was missing. Someone did some maintenance and he deleted few arclogs for some space reason, or because of no space left on your file system archive logs file system, the files have been zipped or moved to some other location, or unexpectedly removed by someone. These archives play a vital role in your database. You cannot ignore these files if they are missing. So as we can see, if your backup failed due to the arclog missing, we find rman 03002 error, and it was expecting the log file which was not found. So finding an error file 378.arc, unable to obtain file status, and the Linux error says that even no such file or directory. How can we fix this? Can we ignore? Can we have a temporary solution only? Or what could be the permanent solution to fix this? So this case, we can't go with the temporary solutions, just doing a cross check as well to ensure the backup. So cross check is one of the command where it will validate whether the archlogs exist physically or not. And if the files are not exist, these archlogs will be validated and marked as expired in your control file. So when the backup failed due to arclog file missing, the engineers take an immediate action to have a cross check and to ensure the backup or to complete the backup anyhow. There could be many reasons, but we have to ensure that. Why the arclog file missing? Is it repeating the same error every day or repeated only one time issue? So in that case, are there any previous alerts? Is this error occurred previously any other time? Since how long it's repeating? Since how long it's failing? And how long this error still stood there, not fixed? Are the previous backups successed? Since how long the backups are getting failed? You can check even from the history command why this arclog file was missing from the Unix level history. Whether someone moved or zipped or removed. Never system itself will delete. Someone is involved in this. History command tells verify. Or is the case? So based on the history command, if it's moved, please verify the file exists in that particular target location. Bring back and have a backup. Clean backup. Do cross check again. Let's have backup. Or someone removed. Sorry, we can't get back the arclog, right? But still, a healthy backup should be there. We need to have a healthy backup. We can't have an inconsistent backup initiating at level 1. So after cross check, all the arclogs have been validated, then immediately have a full level 0 backup to have a consistent backup. No use of those backups which are there previously we have. So better have full backup level 0 so that the consistency makes ensure that tomorrow if something failed, some reasons got crashed system, consistent recovery can be done. And ensure that the arclog file system has enough space. That could be the reason the file system got filled and someone have moved or removed. Let's check how many archives are generating every day. What could be the reason arclogs files are generated on that particular day too many? Are any DML changes happened on that moment, that particular day by support team? Or it's been repeating, or too many archives are generating every day? So better find the reason. If it is not repeating, it's okay. Only that particular day archives are generating. If it is repeating and arclog file system is getting full every moment, every hour, ensure enough space on your file system. Extend your file system by your Linux system engineer. Create a ticket, raise a ticket, assign to them to increase the arclog file system space. And ensure we have backup every hour. And let's delete those archives if the policy is okay with deleting those archives more than one day, not to keep more than one day in the file system of arclogs. If you had a backup, apply your company policies. Then based on your policies, you can delete your arc logs either 1 day or 2 days or 3 days. Few companies go with 3 days. Few companies go with 10 days. The arc log should be there till 10 days. So no use when you have a backup. And you have a redundancy for the backup, either disk backup and tape backup as well as storage backup as well as. So when you have a backup redundancy, you don't need to maintain more than 1 day. You can have just 1 day and delete the old archives. You can use a command backup delete input skip inaccessible. Backup arclog all delete input. That will take a backup and it will delete. Or you can just delete the arclogs manually adding a command in your script, daily routine script. And ensure every 1 hour or 2 hours you scheduled a arclog backup, disk backup. And also a tape backup for those arclogs file system. Maintain a redundancy that will help us. We have faced a lot of issues in such cases. We have researched in such a way that how to fix not to get repeated again. What kind of redundancy to be maintained, what kind of policies to be applied to avoid these kind of errors. Thousands and thousands of databases are there, supporting thousands and thousands plus databases. In that such circumstances, in that kind of environments, we can't breathe having a repeated issue, recurring issues. Having a new critical issue, it's good, okay. Finding a new critical issue, we are finding new things, but repeated issue, ignoring repeated issue, recurring issue, it's not good for your database job. So these cases you need to have full backup if the arclog file is missing. Level 0 backup is to be recommended. Create a complete note what was happened with the error even in the log file, in the ticket log. Update complete error, what the action been taken, what the reason behind, what made happen, how frequently being occurring, and how many times this issue was faced, how many times being repeated, and fixed it. What being made this issue. Most of the cases we face these kind of issues ignoring while recovery due to backups inconsistencies. So let's move on to next error. In case you find any other errors in the same or any other circumstances or any other kind of issues on the same kind of error or a 19625, you can comment us, we'll help you out, even we'll give the solution for that as well. Might be some other circumstances we may face, so let's come back to us, we'll work together to fix it. Okay guys, next. So we'll discuss on RMAN 08137 error. So you need to have a knowledge on data guard to understand this error, and this error we face while backup. While backup, and in case if the retention policy applied, where the archives are trying to delete. If you're trying to delete the arc logs and you will receive this error with a warning, arc log not deleted. It's needed for your standby. The meaning itself says this arc log cannot be deleted and needed for your standby. What could be the reason it wants? We have to ensure that is the standby server is up and running. Is the destination parameter for your standby is set to enable or default, so that the archives are able to ship, archives are receiving by standby, and the standby is in recovery mode, whether it's being applying, whether our MRP process is applying the arc logs. Find out from vdollar manage underscore standby as well. If the arc log is not received or applied in standby, and that arc log needed by standby, your arc log deletion not happens on your primary with the RMAN. RMAN ignores this arc log which is not being applied in your standby. Because of network bandwidth, even sometimes the arc logs are not being shipped, or too many arc logs, or too many bytes. The arc log with the large size found to be unable to ship to the standby, and the standby found a gap. And these arc logs are unable to delete on your primary. This case, verify those arc logs which are needed by standby. How many arc logs are needed by standby, as well as still how many arc logs are need to get shipped. We can verify from vdollar log underscore history, vdollar arc underscore log with a joint condition what the difference between primary and standby the log gap. And you have to make sure that are you maintaining or you configured with only one standby or more than one standby. You can't say with one standby being applied and can't ignore with another standby. If you have more than one standby and maintaining more 3 standbys for one primary, might one of the standbys being not applied, or all standbys are in mount state and recovery mode, or all standbys has a file system with permission and folder exists in your arclog file system, or all the standby configurations are the listeners up and running, are able to connect, are the passwords same for your standby, same as your primary. So these circumstances, your arc log will not be applied or not shipped, and these archives are still there in your primary. So verify all these ways in your standby as well as, and from your primary, the log archive destination 2, which has been configured for your service, for your standby service, is set to enable or defer. Ensure it is enabled so that archives can be shipped. The log network service gets shipped. Or if needed physically, the archives to be moved, copied, server copy to make it faster from primary to standby. We found too many archives still pending from primary to standby. And ensure while copying, you have to ensure that CPU it is not there. It may hit your CPU copying too many files at a time. That will degrade your performance of your primary as well. Or the network bandwidth is not enough. Check with your network team as well. Your remote standby in your different location. So once primary and standby are got synced, you can back up all your arc log and you can delete the arc logs by using backup arc log or delete input to resume space on your arc log file system. Blindly we can't go and delete the arc logs without verifying your standby server. Always read the message what error you have received in your alert log or your RMAN backup log or your monitoring tool. Oracle is very beautiful that the message clearly defines what the error, the reason behind. So never take an action without unknowingly. Most of the cases we see people without knowledge on standby server, without a knowledge on rack, multiple instances working on multiple instances, they delete the arc logs just with all delete input or removing with rm command. Never use rm command in rman. Without rman, never use an rm command. Always use rman to delete the files. Delete absolute files we can delete which are out of retention period, or find out the reason behind it to fix it. It's not that just ignoring and just going on with the rm command. Why the file still lying on your file system? How old those are they have permissions? Are they owned by the owner? Even ownership might cause the files are unable to delete and these files are being there since too long, or it could be renamed with a zip, might be zipped these archives. So ensure your primary and DR is always in sync. The log gap script keep handy to verify the log gap. Okay, so still if it is repeating, find out where the problem is. Still can't ignore. It will be great impact on your standby as well. If you find 1,000 archives which are not shipped and those 1,000 archives still lying on primary file system, what happens? How it looks? The file system is getting filled on your primary. The impact started on your primary as well, and that is going to impact your to build your standby again, to get gap, to fill the gap in your standby as well. So never delay on this case. If it is CVRT 3, the alert received on CVRT 3, take an action immediately, at least 5-10 minutes between. Max 15 minutes you can find a time to fix it in case how busy you are. Never make it to go with CVRT 2. If went to CVRT 2, it may impact with CVRT 1 as well very soon. So CVRT 1 means critical issue then. Never make a alert critical. If you delay, it will become critical. Most of the people, they delay to fix the issue, as they're, of course, they are busy with multiple tasks, multiple issues, multiple accounts, multiple working on multiple accounts, multiple clients, working with multiple clients, meetings. Of course, if you find that error, please put it to another member, assign to someone else in the team. If you don't find someone else in the team, still find out who is there online, or find out who is there on call, who find out who is there from home. If that found to be critical, never ignore. No one can listen your words that I'm in meeting, I'm busy with some other task. Give the priority which is critical. Of course, we can stop the meeting in case needed. Really, client will not accept these cases. Client will not listen to these things. Meeting can be reinitiated, rescheduled, or can be given a gap, a break. But issue cannot be given a break or gap. So most of the issues we are facing the same, the delay in the fix. People get panic later then, after the escalation. And the escalation goes beyond different levels, which we need to answer. And there will be audit for that. What the reason behind for 2 to 5 days. So they will give a chance for escalation process. How critical is this issue? Even escalation process is very critical for us in our life. It will mark us back. The remark on our mark sheet will be bad for us. The later career. So find the goals, measure it, find out the fix, learn fixes, take a precautionary steps, proactively work on, proactively monitoring on. Okay. Okay guys, we'll see the next issue.